What's up, guys? AJRGamer here, and today I am going to be telling you guys another life story. And I told you guys in the last life story, which you should go check out if you did not watch it, that this will I'm gonna make this into a what am I gonna make this into? A series of things that I do, telling life stories. So this life story I kind of covered in another one of my videos by just talking about it, but I didn't cover the in-depth what happened afterwards kind of thing, because what happened afterwards was not very amazing. So I'm going to be telling you guys the life story of when my teacher yelled at me for sneezing, and that was an awful time. Just an awful, awful time, because I did absolutely nothing wrong. And she yells at me for it, and she sent me outside, and she even, gave me a break and everything. She gave me detention for it. So, this teacher, I'm not going to tell her name because she's I don't know, maybe one day if I get famous, what if she finds my YouTube channel? Even though she'll probably know that I'm talking about her. But anyway, we were in her class, and I had a girl beside me and this boy on the other side of me, and they were talking back and forth, across from me, which I hate when people do that. When you're in the middle and they're just talking about something really just random, and you're just over here like, what in the world are they talking about? Because Jimmy broke up with Sharon? What? Oh my goodness, I gotta tell everybody. And then they get mad at you whenever you tell everybody, but they were the ones just talking right there in front of you. But anyway, that's not what happened. So they were making just jokes back and forth to each other, and I just was sitting there minding my own business, and the girl tells him something, and he just goes like this awful noise, like a dying monkey or something, and it's just this weird noise. It's just like or something weird, and then everybody just looks at me and thinks that it's me making that noise, and it wasn't even me. And after he makes the noise, the girl looks at him and just starts dying right there in front of my eyes, just bursting out laughing, crying, tears from her eyes. And I'm just over here standing like, oh, what just happened beside me? He's over here dying, sounding like a monkey, and I'm over here just sitting down, and she's beside me, dying, crying, and everything else that I don't really care about. So, the teacher looks at me the first time, and she says, Abby, be quiet. And I'm over here like, okay. I didn't even do anything. Why are you yelling at me to be quiet? And she told me to be quiet another time before when I was actually talking, but I wasn't even talking this time. She said, this is your last warning, okay? And I'm over here just like, okay, it's my last warning, I'm good. And, so then they're still telling jokes back and forth to each other, even though they both almost died right beside me. And so, he tells her something that makes her laugh, and it makes her sound a lot worse than I thought that it would. I don't know. It sounded a lot worse than before. It was all like, I don't know. It kind of sounded like what I just did. But, then he hears her, and it's kind of just backwards this time, where he starts laughing and dying. But he makes this weird, deep man laugh where it's all like, ha, 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 ha. And then everybody in the room starts laughing because it's this slow motion old man laugh just echoing around the room. And I'm the only one not laughing at this. And the teacher says, Abby, outside in the hall right now. And I'm just like, what? But then I walk outside, I'm standing there. She leaves me out there for 30 minutes. And I don't even know what we learned about that day because I can't know. And so I'm just standing outside, and she walks outside, and she goes, what was that about? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So she goes, yeah, you made everybody in the whole room laugh. And I'm like, no, ma'am, I did not make, I was really polite about this too. I was just like, no, ma'am, I didn't make anyone in the room laugh. That was the boy beside me. And she goes, no, I know it was you. And she goes, I gave you 3 chances, Abby. 3 chances. And you blew them all. I was like, okay. I was only talking the first time, okay? I was not talking the other times. The second time, it was, okay, we'll just make up a random name for her. We'll just call her Elsa. And I know that's random. We'll call her Elsa. And we'll call the boy, we'll call him Mr. Dum Dum that got me in trouble. So, Mr. Dum Dum that got me in trouble is over here laughing, okay? He's still laughing, and I'm out of the room over here getting yelled at, and he's all like, I didn't get in trouble for nothing because that was actually me who did everything, and she's out there getting yelled at by the teacher. Okay, so, now she's out there like, no, I know you did it, Abby. I know that you did this. So Elsa is in there laughing with everybody too, you know? I'm just out here getting yelled at, and everybody else is just in there laughing their butts off. So, then she says, no, I know it was you. And I look at her, I'm like, okay, can I please explain this to you? And she's like, okay, you have 2 minutes to explain to me what just happened. And I go, okay, so, quotation, Elsa was talking to Mr. Dum Dum who got me in trouble. And, then Mr. Dum Dum sounded like this weird monkey noise that came out of his mouth. I don't even know what it was. And I said all these words to her. And she starts, you know, kind of giggling. I'm trying to make her laugh because I'm good at that. And I'm just trying to make her sort of just easily, you know, tense off and just let me go. And I'm like, Mr. Dum Dum, I didn't actually say this to her. I actually said his name, but I'm not going to release his name into the world. So I said, Mr. Dum Dum who got me in trouble. It sounded like some weird monkey noise over here after she told him this weird joke. I don't even know what the joke was, so don't ask me. And she was like, okay, so that was the second time you got in trouble? And I was like, yes, that was the second time you got me in trouble. She goes, okay, you have 1 more minute to tell me what happened the third time because I know it was you. And I'm like, okay, so this time it's kind of backwards. Mr. Dum Dum, who got me in trouble, was laughing at Elsa's joke that she made, and this time Elsa's the one who sounded like the dying monkey, and he's the one who sounded like the dying crier over there, even though it was more like an old man laugh, and it kind of sounded like ho ho ho. It was like Santa Claus walked into the room kind of old man laugh. And she was like, okay, I want you to serve me detention tomorrow, and that's final. And I'm like, okay, I'll serve you detention. But when I go home, I tell my mom about this, and I have no idea why I told her about this, but I guess we were just kind of talking, and so she tells me to write her an email. So I write my teacher a well-worded email about all this stuff, and it's formal and everything, and she sends me an email back and says, thank you very much, Abby. I understand that you're a very honest person, and you do not have to serve detention tomorrow. So guys, that is what happened to me, and actually I ended up getting trouble the next day and getting detention, so sorry about that.
Bruh.
So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. AJRGamer, out.